She drags her feet in the halls, often late for class and bursting through the door a minute or two after Finn's begun his lesson plan. Despite her lankiness, she's got heft, muscle, a kind of earthiness. When she brushes against him, usually by accident but occasionally by confused teenage intention, he senses an innate strength. She plucks at his sleeve in an effort to help him along in the hallways, always trying to mother him. Finn imagines she has large hands with long, dull fingers. The other girls laugh at her and call out with derision. She seems to handle their jibes with a maturity beyond most of her classmates. When he pictures her, he sees the daughter of a domestic dispute Vic, one of the last cases he ever worked. Husband and wife radiologists, penthouse on Park Avenue. Husband finds out the wife is bopping the doorman and the window cleaner, and does her with a drain cleaner cocktail. While Finn asked routine questions, the teenage daughter wandered around a living room lined with black and white murals of her parents striking semi-nude provocative poses, her elbows knocking photos off the piano. The girl had an open face, empty caramel-colored eyes, and slack lips, and that's what Finn sees when he sees Jessie. Icy air seeps in the window and wafts across his face. It's going to snow like a bitch tonight. The sound of students and their families packing up SUVs, wishing each other Merry Christmas, and saying their goodbyes floats up to the second floor. He recognizes several of the fathers' voices from various parent-teacher conferences. There's a certain flat annoyance in each of them. They're working men, trying to give their daughters a leg up on the world by sending them to a private institution, putting in 20 or 30 hours overtime and weekends to afford the tuition, now forced to take a day off to pick up their kids and take them home again for Christmas vacation. Their colorless speech proves they're part of the same brotherhood of pain and uncertain values, Saturday night bowlers who want their daughters to marry better men than themselves. They shout and honk to one another as they pull away. Jessie finally manages to clamp down the lock. She hisses at the sight of her own wound. He hears her fidgeting, turning left and right, unsure of what to do next, how to stop the bleeding. A small maiden sound works up her throat. Finn reaches out to touch the blackboard and steady himself. The rage strikes quickly with the scent, as it always does, threatening to overpower him. He makes a fist with his left hand and tightens it against the head of his cane. He's cracked a lot of them this way. His hands still retain power. The dark comes to life again, replaying what the investigators called the incident. He's trapped in the splinters of his own fracturing skull and feels the echoing stab of agony. It takes a second to get a hold of himself and remember where he is now, who he is now. I am stone in the night, Finn thinks. I will not break. Have Nurse Martell look at that, Jessie. He tells her, his smile natural and easy, hiding nothing and hiding everything. He reaches into his back pocket and pulls out his handkerchief. Use this. She's still in her office, isn't she? He knows she is. He hasn't heard her car drive off yet. Roz's car is a flatulent 58 Comet on its third turn of the odometer. There have been grease fires in the engine block, and it blows enough smoke that he can feel the oily residue on the breeze settling against his skin like a mist. When she stomps the pedal, it backfires like a 12-gauge, often making the younger girls giggle. Back in the city, it made the gangbangers dive to the curb. Jessie says, I think so. She plucks his handkerchief from him with a short, fierce action. How did you know I hurt myself? She asks with a quiver of a grin in her voice. Like most people, she's moderately impressed by this sort of carnival trick. It's one of the reasons she has a crush on him. It's the kind of thing that raises him to just above pitiful and makes him almost cute. Sometimes the girls want to hug him, the way people like to coo at babies or pick up midgets. He swings the cane up to tap at the stack of novels resting on the corner of his desk. Don't forget to take the Kerouac, Robbins, and Vonnegut. Thanks for lending them to me, Mr. Finn.